Hello, manifestors. So, imagination versus visualization. I see a lot of people being confused about imagination versus visualization. So we are going to debunk this once and for all in this video. So be sure to watch all the way to the end, like the video, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not subscribed yet, so more people like you can find this channel and become master manifestors. So what is the difference between imagination and visualization? Well, while visualization is also imagination, imagination is not always visualization. To visualize something specific, you pretty much have to do it on purpose, right? You have to purposely, either you're doing it with your eyes open or closed, you have to go into a scene and you visualize that scene or that event, or even it could be a past event. So you visualize it purposely. You see it as a movie in your mind, as it were. Imagination, however, happens all the time, and it doesn't have to be in the form of a visualization. Also, something that I really want to point out is that this term, visualization, is a term used in the law of attraction field a lot. I don't know if you're aware of this, but I am not aware of any time where Neville used the term visualization. He never used that term. He always used the term imagination. He never said God is in your wonderful human visualization. He said God is in your wonderful human imagination. So again, why is it that we use this term visualization? It's because in the manifesting community, there is still a lot of residues, as it were, from the law of attraction. And the law of attraction teaches you to visualize, because the law of attraction always teaches you that you are attracting things outside of you. They are over there, outside of you, and you must attract them like a magnet attracts metal that is over there, outside of it. But frankly, you should erase this term forever from your vocabulary if you are now studying the law of assumption. We do not visualize anymore. If you do visualization, meaning you visualize things as if they were outside of you and trying to get them, scratch that out forever. Do not visualize anymore, and certainly do not visualize with that intent anymore. Now, am I telling you not to see images in your mind anymore? No, that's not what I'm saying, and I'm going to explain exactly what I'm talking about. But first, let's expand on imagination a little bit. You imagine all the time. Let's say you wake up in the morning and you know you are going to go to work and you are going to spend the day at your office, for example, if you work in an office. You are, without even noticing, completely unconsciously, you are imagining your day at that office. You are imagining that you are going there and that you are going to spend the day there working, and then that you are going to come back home in the evening. You are imagining it. And it's actually because you are imagining it that it's happening exactly like that. When people are trying to fight their circumstances, their current circumstances, why do you think that circumstance of yours is coming and coming and coming over and over every day? Because you are imagining it over and over. It is part of your imagination. You are imagining that thing, that circumstance, because that's what you have in front of your nose, and that's what you are imagining constantly. And because you're not imagining your desire instead, your desire fulfilled instead, this is why you keep on creating more of the same, because it is part of your imagination. So when you keep on creating over and over the same day, over and over, the same circumstances that you don't necessarily want and like, you do not visualize that, do you? You do not visualize you doing the same thing over and over, but you certainly imagine it. So there's the difference. In order to imagine, you do not need to visualize. But now we are going to see the mistake that many of you are making when you do visualize. So when you have a specific desire and you go into your visualization, your scene. So let's say you practice SAT, state akin to sleep, which is a scene that you repeat as you fall asleep. You do visualize it, but many of you are not truly imagining it. And this is why you get stuck with that scene and you are stuck with details. And you are asking me, or maybe other coaches, other people in the manifesting community, how should I visualize this and how should I visualize that? If you are even asking the question, how should I visualize this or that, you certainly are not truly imagining it. You are just visualizing it as some type of exercise in order to get something. But you are not fully imagining yourself in that scene, in that moment. Because the moment that you truly are imagining yourself, you'll see that all the details, all the questions about how should I do this or that will just be automatically eliminated, because you will know that you are fully imagining your desire. Therefore, there is no need to ask anyone else how it should be done, because it should be done according to your imagination. Think about it. You do not ask anyone how to imagine the negative stuff that you imagine every day, right? You do not ask me or anyone else, how should I imagine that I can't manifest my SP, for example? No, you do that very well all the time. You keep on imagining that you are single, that your SP is over there, and that you are over here, and that they don't care about you, and all that stuff. You imagine it every single day. You do not visualize it, right? You do not visualize that, but you certainly do imagine it. And yes, it is easier to imagine when it's a 3D fact, right? But that's when we need to understand that imagination creates reality. So even though you do not see a reflection of your desire in your 3D yet, that's when you have to shut off the 3D as much as you can and dwell in your imagination. Now, another difference between imagination and simple visualization is that you may be visualizing a scene, an event, but not feeling it true, not feeling it real at all. It's just a scene that you visualize without feeling it true. When you are imagining, however, on a constant basis, you are feeling it. That's what imagination is all about. You are feeling things when you are imagining them. Look what Neville says here in his book, Feeling is the Secret. Ideas are impressed on the subconscious through the medium of feeling. No idea can be impressed on the subconscious until it is felt. But once felt, be it good, bad, or indifferent, it must be expressed. Feeling is the one and only medium through which ideas are conveyed to the subconscious. Therefore, the man who does not control his feeling may easily impress the subconscious with undesirable states. So here, Neville explains that in order to impress the subconscious mind, you need to feel it real. And this is why many of your visualization scenes are not able to impress your subconscious mind because you do not feel it. See, Neville never said affirmations are the secret, visualizations are the secret, right? He said feeling is the secret. Because unless you feel something as real, you won't manifest it. And that's a protection, right? Because if every single thought that we have manifested, we would be in big trouble. Another example I can give you is what people call intuition. And as I always preach, you should reverse engineer your life, your whole life, to understand the law and how it works. What I mean by this is go back to your past and analyze what you manifested and how. If you do this, this is going to give you a lot of faith in the law, because a lot of people are asking me, how do I build my faith? Well, besides testing it, that's the best way. Go back into your life and analyze how you manifested things. And that's how I found out. And I'm not the only one, thankfully. I know at least 3 very good manifesting coaches that say the same thing about intuition. That thing that you call intuition. As if that intuition was given to you by something else outside of you, right? When you know that you are the God of your reality, you know that you are the creator of your so-called intuition. And what I used to believe was my intuition was nothing less, nothing more than actually my imagination coming to fruition. It was my imagination, as a matter of fact, hardening into fact, as Neville called it. Because I will never forget how I manifested a breakup and how I thought, the last time I saw that person, I thought it was my intuition. My intuition was trying to tell me something, and my intuition was saying, this is the last time you see this person. But it was not my intuition. It was my imagination, because of all the negative thinking and negative concept of myself back then, that created that reality of mine, that created that breakup, that created him leaving me. I had a huge abandonment syndrome that made everyone leave me, not just him, everyone. And I mistook it for intuition. It was just that I felt it. I felt it down in my stomach, because that's exactly what happens a lot of times when your imagination is hardening into fact. You feel it in your body. And that's exactly how I felt, because my imagination was hardening into fact. And that's what a lot of people are confusing with intuition. And that's all it is, guys. Your intuition is a manifestation of yours. Your intuition, what you call intuition, is just you creating your own stuff. What you call your intuition is the fruit of your imagination. Unless you understand this, you will always be dependent on a second cause. And there isn't any second cause, as Neville said, because you are the cause. And you are the cause of your own intuition. So guys, to recap, the difference between imagination and visualization is, number one, you should not use the word visualization anymore. It's a word coming from the law of attraction quite a bit. Because even when you visualize a specific scene that implies that your desire is yours, you need to use your imagination to create the feeling. How does it feel to have what you want to have and be who you want to be? Someone again yesterday asked me, what do I do when I visualize I can see faces very well? It does not matter. You don't need to see faces if you can't see faces very well in your imagination. It may just mean that you're not very visual, you may be more audio, whatever. But anyhow, it does not matter. What matters is the feeling. You need to feel what you visualize anyhow, because even if you are great at seeing images and faces and even the smallest details, if you don't feel it, it's not working. So whether you use visualization or not, you are imagining all the time. When you do visualize your scene, you need to feel it. And for that, you need to use your imagination. How does it feel? How would I feel if I was this and that? And also remember that you are imagining all the time. Not just when you close your eyes and meditate some type of scene. You are imagining from the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep. I hope this was helpful, guys. If it was, please make sure you give me a thumbs up, comment, share the video if you can, subscribe if you have not yet, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.